Welcome to Project Pack number 9. My name is Rick.
Hi, I'm Maria, and I'm going to use pretty much all the different tools that you got in this project pack on this tile. And my thought for today, my gratitude, is for drawing. Drawing has been such a big part of my life. How could I not acknowledge it? Where it has taken me and in finally bringing it to Zentangle has just been a miracle. I am very grateful. That being said, we're going to work with the darker green pen here, and we're going to be putting in the tangle to the right of this beautiful Rixty.
Look at that line.
Yes.
That is just so beautiful. I love it.
I'm separating this section into 4 sections just because I can, and I just felt that we could do that, right? So arcs coming off from that center area. And I am going to do the tangle Knightsbridge. And I wanted the Knightsbridge in each section kind of going in different directions to give it some fun, just fun. So in each different one, I'm going to give it some lines that that sort of mimic that line there, the first line we put down.
And the reason we call it Knightsbridge is because we saw this checkerboard pattern in the Knightsbridge section of London on some of the apartments. All of the entryways had this black and white tile.
Beautiful. Oh.
And we could have called it checkerboard, but we call it Knightsbridge because no one knows what a Knightsbridge looks like, but everybody knows that a checkerboard, except us. But everybody expects a checkerboard, to be straight and parallel, but Knightsbridge can be, just like Maria's doing it, just this wonderful whimsy and bending.
So this was a fun exercise, and honestly, you can do your grids any way you want. I just thought I would show you something a little different, almost like a spider web, or
yeah, it does look
kind
like
of
that.
like that.
In the wind.
Yes.
Or laden with dew.
So now I'm going to pick up my my lighter green pen and begin coloring in every other square. So I always found that coloring in and then thinking that you're going to color in every other one usually gets you in trouble. And I've experienced that so many times, and it sounds silly, but what I heard somewhere once before is that you go with the kissing corners. Wherever there's a corner, it's the next square that kisses the corner of the one you just did. So that if that gives you something to go on besides for trying to figure out every other one. And I know you're going to think I'm nuts until you get to a point. At some point, you're saying, oh, my God, I thought, sure, that's where it belonged, and it didn't.
Yeah, particularly when they're like curving like this.
Right, yes. Yeah, or when they go behind other places and you have to anticipate. This is a surefire way, and it helps with the meditation, so you're keeping your concentration on this. And I even actually mark it off there so you can see.
And you get that sort of rhythm going, and the less you have to think and plan something out, the more you can just let your attention go to the pen strokes. I love how the color changes as you go over it.
I was not going for like a solid dark green. I was going for a texture, and you can see how it kind of grows in there. And I'm doing the Hollabaugh thing, drawing behind there. And it seems like it would take forever and ever. Of course, on camera it takes no time, but it really didn't take that much time.
The miracle of editing.
It was a beautiful meditation, filling in all the squares. It was just lovely. It's one of my favorite tangles.
I do love that texture. Really nice.
Reminds me of that Easter basket grass that you would get. Remember, you put it in the Easter basket?
Yeah.
That's got that
Sort of like
same
that
texture and color.
transparent green.
Yeah.
Just doing it in a hollow bar fashion, drawing it behind. Sweet. Sweet grass.
Sweet, yeah. So I'm going to restate those initial lines that we drew that separated the sections, and I'm going to use the dark pen, and just so that we'll know exactly where to shade. Even I'm having a hard time finding it, right? But it'll help when you go to add your graphite.
That's a really nice three-dimensional.
It's already curving, so that's kind of cool. I'm going to add my graphite around that Wicked Rixty. It was really cool stuff, and I added some interesting little divots here and there.
Well, the orbs is a nice addition to that.
Yeah, I often
like
do
with
that.
flux, putting the orbs in.
Yeah. So
I like that. Yeah, always finding the little.
Yeah. So I'm going to add graphite to the right of each of my sections there.
Turning your tile. So you see she's like following the natural arc of her hand. Just makes it that much easier.
And what Rick says is so important, because if you think about going in the other direction, your hand has to really work at that. But this arc is just so easy. So had we gone the other way, we would have turned our tile in another direction so that it would accommodate your hand.
And then just pushing the graphite in. It's funny, it looks like it's getting even darker this way.
I find that some pencils are darker than others, and I think the temperature has something to do with it, but sometimes you put down graphite and you have to go really, really heavy, and other days you just barely have to put it down.
So you can see there where she's moving around the graphite, she was able to use the graphite that was still on her tortillon. You still touch it every time, too. It's fun.
I knew. I need to have my hands and everything.
Nice. Subtle, but really makes a nice impact. Look at that. But wait. So just as you can add dark to add some shadow, you can go over that even on the white tile.
So I'm just giving it a little brightness here where the sun is shining. And that's it. Simple tile, beautiful.
So we look forward to seeing you tomorrow, and we're going to, you may see where this is all going, and thank you for playing with us. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye now.